Please for momentarily. Welcome to Women Over Dinner. Virginia Woolf said, "In a room of one's own, one cannot think well, love well, sleep well, if one has not dined well." Virginia Woolf said, "In a room of one's own, one cannot think well, love well, sleep well, if one has not dined well." Welcome to Women Over Dinner. So just a show of hands, who's here for their first time this evening? Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow, I was not expecting that. That's amazing. And who's here for a second time or a third time or a fourth time, or you've been here every time? Also welcome. That's amazing. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit about this event, and then I'm going to introduce you to my sister and co-lead of this women's movement, Dr. Topeka K. Sam. Women Over Dinner is a global movement, an evening experience of intimacy and power as women. We're moved by this idea of a grid of connection, one woman lighting up another woman. In this way, we'll light up the world. Tonight marks our 307th dinner. This dinner has happened in 14 countries, 101 cities, and close to 3,000 women have participated in Women Over Dinner. And tonight we are being hosted in the One Taste Gallery here in Harlem. So for those of you that don't know, these dinners originally started when our founder, Nicole Daedone, attended a death over dinner by our good friend, Angel Grant. Angel started Death Over Dinner, which had 200,000 dinners worldwide. We cried. We didn't expect to. We thought the dinner would be cheesy. After the dinner, Nicole sent Angel a women's manifesto, which you may have seen on the table up front where you registered. It's called The Age of Eros. So she sent Angel the manifesto. And when Angel read it, she started, because Nicole started with this radical notion that women have inestimable power. And Angel was so moved, she called Nicole and said, "If you want to use the format, the IP of Death Over Dinner, I'll give you the rights and you can adapt it for Women Over Dinner." And of course, Nicole immediately said yes. Nicole is also Sicilian, so she understands that women, food, love, and power are not separate things. They are all connected. And if we're going to build a real women's movement, one that is based on fulfillment rather than scrounging for rights, then it is going to be built on intimacy and connection with women. So thank you for joining tonight. Our aim for the night is to remember that women are the jewel that everyone is searching for. We remember this through the ancient feminine art of talking and eating together. So now I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Topeka K. Sam, who is, as I said, co-leading this women's movement. She's also my sister. And I'm going to read you her bio in a minute. And so this is what you need to know about Topeka. She's a force of nature. And you can often sense Topeka before you actually see Topeka. And there is a poem called Find Your Kind that came out of a series of conversations Topeka had with Nicole over the summer, which essentially is about finding women that you resonate with, that support you, that encourage you, that push you to be powerful. Because let's be honest, the world likes to welcome us when we are small and tight and mute, and we actually say the opposite. And so before I give you her bio, I want to read this poem, which was inspired by these conversations Topeka had with Nicole, but this poem is also inspired by Topeka. So it's called Find Your Kind. Find yourself a good woman. And by good, I mean a force of nature. a woman who won't stop until the job is done, a woman closer to a tornado or a storm front than a good girl or an audience member, a woman with dirt on her knees and gold in her heart. Find that woman and you won't have to hold tight. You can't hold her tight. Rise up and march strong. Give everything you've got. Don't worry, she'll do the same. She can't help herself. She was built that way. Shoulder to shoulder, set to the work of bringing the view of the world as it's meant to be into view. Don't worry, it'll be hard. The way anything worthwhile is hard, but it will be the only thing worth doing. And you'll laugh more often than not, because this kind of woman, your kind of woman, if nothing else, knows how to laugh. She uses it as salve, as prayer, as fuel. Find yourself a good woman. Let her know you're there. Let every woman know so they can do the same. And soon we can all link up just like this. Good women who reclaimed what it means to be good. So now I'm going to give you her bio. Dr. Dr. Topeka K. Sam is a renowned advocate for criminal justice reform. She founded the Ladies of Hope Ministries, an award-winning nonprofit which works to end the poverty crisis and incarceration of women and girls. Topeka is a visionary, and I literally mean that in every sense of the word, and a charismatic speaker who believes in turning your pain and shame into power. She was a principal in creating the First Step Act, the largest ever prison reform bill in 2018. So without further ado, here's Topeka.
Good evening, everyone. That was such a great poem. It's the first time I heard that. Wow. Well, everyone looks so beautiful here today. Thank you so much for coming out. I usually talk about me. I'm not going to do that tonight because this is about you all. But just honored to be in the space with everyone and so excited to see so many new faces here. So I'm just interested in, like, you can shout it out maybe over each other, but just like, how did you hear about Women Over Dinner? Instagram, okay. All right, so a share or two, IG, Nicole, I heard, Kara, friend, college friends we bring. All right, Mom, okay. Inspired. I'm trying to get my mom out the house and get her here too. And it's a cold day. I just came back. I flew in from Miami, literally. No, I'm not. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I was so cold when I got off the plane, but everybody was jealous because I had my jacket, so I was ready. But I'm just really happy to be in the space with everyone and happy that you all took the time out today in the middle of the week to come and share space and meet new sisters and be a part of this ever so growing women's movement. And so I'm just, again, so grateful. And I think I'm just full of gratitude because, in this climate, and I say political climate that we're going through right now, it's been hard, right? It's been hard. We don't know what's happening, especially for us as women, women of color, as people not really knowing, which way, what tomorrow is going to look like. And so in every moment that we can find joy, it's important for us to do that. And as Rachel just shared, the joy is really among sisterhood. Sisterhood has gotten me through all of my moments. One of my best friends, Car, she doesn't like to be called out, but I'm calling her out anyway, has been there for me in every one of my moments. In the colds, I'll never forget her walking up that hill at Danbury Federal Prison Camp to come see me. And so when you think about, sisters and people, and she at the time hadn't even been the longest friend of mine in my life, but one of the deepest relationships that I've ever had and experienced in my life. Yes, give it up for Carr. Yeah, so I just wanted to uplift her. So the women's movement, I just want us to all be clear that this is a movement that each and every one of us are responsible for building. While we are co-leading this movement, each one of us are leaders. And what's the beauty about this movement is that it allows and creates space for every single woman to be you in all of your greatness. So often we're in spaces where we can't do that, right? We find ourselves shrinking for someone else. So we think it's not our time and that it's someone else's time. But in this here movement, it's everyone's time. And so I want you all to know that, you have created, and being here is the first start to your journey, because I can say throughout my life, I've been blessed through my mom and my relationship with my mom, understanding the importance of women and sisters and powerful women in your life. But it hasn't been until being a part of this new sisterhood that I really have felt not only seen, but also lifted. Because sometimes, again, when you are really a force, right, you can't own that in certain spaces because it's either very intimidating. But I recently heard, I'm not intimidating, you're intimidated. And so I think that we should all look at life in that way, right? That the more that we move into our own power, the more that it allows for others to also move in theirs, because you give others permission when you are moving in your full self. And so as I look at building this movement of women of power, I'm calling everybody to be themselves unapologetically at all times, starting now. I know often coming into new spaces, you don't know what you're going to get leaving. But know that being here now, you are leaving with all of your power. And you have a group of sisters. We see 30 plus. Hey, sis, on Zoom. We see 30 plus out there who are also pushing, right, their power behind each and every one of you. So just know that anything you want to do, anything that you want to be, how you want to show up, that you're in the right room to be able to do that. And if breaking bread is just the start of it, which it is, and I think we're going to be inviting everyone if they want to come back tomorrow for the hot seats, which is a cool little thing, and I'll let Rachel talk more about that. But if you're around and you want to feel warm and hot, then you come tomorrow too for the hot seat. But so long, as I mentioned, society just has, and now I can say for so long, but even today, society is making us think that we can't be, but we can, and we can be, and we can do, and we can have everything that we want to. And I'm just really, really honored to be here with all of you and watching everyone in their journey, because part of the growth and part of leadership, part of the growth and part of leadership is also being able to support others, right? It's not always about you. And so when we come together like this, it draws power and warmth. And, I can feel the spirit move in this room, because I know that it's women who are here for one common goal, right? And that's to lead and to love. And so, part of how I got involved was originally with the Unconditional Freedom Project, which is the nonprofit piece of the movement. And as I began to get involved with Unconditional Freedom, which was a natural thing for me, working with people who've been incarcerated and justice impacted families, I began then to work with people also who experienced domestic violence, girls aged out of foster care. And I met Nicole and Rachel, and it was like things changed, because I started, well, one, they started putting a different type of battery in my back. And two, they were experiencing something that I had been through myself, which unfortunately is going through a legal process. And what you know and what you learn about that, I had to fight my case from the inside out, meaning I had no bail. Fortunately, they have the privilege of being able to fight their case from the outside. And when I went to court and saw probably 30 people, women, in the courtroom in solidarity, just sitting and standing and being there as support, it moved me. It moved me and always moves me. because it speaks volumes when we have that type of support and power, and even if it's just to show up. And I know Rachel had court just the other day, and she said someone just popped in. And so it's just really, really exciting to see as new faces come in that we feel connected in that way. And so for the women's, the WAP movement, it's just really important for us to be able to join and hold hands and wrap each other. And I want everyone to, get involved. Host your own women over dinner. You'll learn more about that this evening. Bring a friend. You brought your college friend. Bring another friend. Bring your sister. You brought your mom. Mom, bring another friend. What, Mom? I see your face. Oh, you brought your daughter. Oh, we stand corrected. Mom brought daughter. Daughter did not bring mom. Let's make sure we underscore that point. Okay, daughter, you got to make sure you say the story right. All right. Well, Mom, thanks for bringing daughter. So, daughter, you bring someone next time too. Look at her looking at her mama. But yeah, so we also have, the Facebook. We have a Signal thread. Everyone who's already kind of signed in, we have your information. And so, if you want to join the movement in that way to learn more and stay abreast, you have that. Clearly, many of you are following the Women Over Dinner page, but there are, other pages also that you can also follow as well. And then we'll talk more about the hot seat for tomorrow so that you all, if you're interested in learning more about just this work that we're doing so that women can stand in their true power, have the audacity to be you, own your power, own your body, right? Have full body autonomy, be able to express and show yourself in the way that you choose and not from the rhetoric that others are giving us so often. And so thank you all. I'm not going to talk more because those salads look really good. And I want to get to mine. I didn't want to talk with salad in my teeth. But, blessings to everyone. Again, please, mingle with your table. Be vulnerable if you can. This is a safe space. And know that everyone here, we're all searching for the same thing, right? And that's why we're here. And so just bring your full self and you will experience something that you've never experienced before in your life. I promise you. You don't think so. Think it's just sisters kicking it around a meal, but it's much more deeper than that. So love you all. Blessings to you all. And we are moving on to the next.
See, I told you she's a force. Are we? Okay. All right. So here's a little bit about tonight. Women Over Dinner is made up of 3 parts: a round of noticings, a series of questions, and a final round of reflections. There are also 3 agreements. Hold on one second. Okay. Number 1, no crosstalk. Tonight is unique in that it is not precisely a conversation or a discussion. After someone gives you a noticing, and I will give you an example, don't worry. After someone gives you a noticing, answers a question, or gives a reflection, we simply say thank you. Each woman is free to express without wondering what their response will be. We also gain a new depth of listening when we don't have to think about what to say in response. We simply thank her for sharing and move our attention to the next share. No need to fix, comfort, or advise on behalf of someone else's share. 2, bottom line it and say it at a whisper. In service to the group, and there's a lot of us in here, getting through as many questions as possible, please be mindful of the length of your share. Vulnerability and specificity carry the most potency. You can learn more about that tomorrow at Hot Seats. And if everyone answers the question at the level of a whisper, no one will have to yell and everyone will be heard. And number 3, enjoy it all. No matter how this dinner unfolds, remember, it's already perfect. There are no wrong answers. There are no wrong experiences. Life on life's terms is perfect, and there is always room to evolve. Can I get a verbal yes? Wonderful. Okay, let's begin. So we're going to go around and give a noticing. You're going to go to the person to your left. So how we're going to start is your table lead. Don't do this yet. I'll tell you when. Hold on. Your table lead will be the person who starts, and you know who you are. A noticing is simply something we notice when we put our full attention on a woman. It can be anything like the first time I noticed you, I noticed how welcoming you felt. Or I noticed your eyes felt bright and there was a flush to your cheeks. You can take a moment to look at the person before you speak. The person being noticed just says thank you. Receiving attention can sometimes be challenging. So in this round, we're practicing stretching our capacity to let attention in. Okay, so I'm going to give an example. Kara, I notice in every room, doesn't matter the setting, if it's here, if it's at a restaurant, if it's in a courtroom, there is an unapologetic joy and courage that you carry that fortifies and supports me. Easy, right? Okay, so just like that, and as a reminder, if everyone answers at the level of a whisper, no one will have to shout, and everyone will be heard. Okay, begin. Hi, everyone. Just a reminder, if everyone answers the questions at the level of a whisper, no one will have to yell and everyone will be heard. So I'm just going to say it one more time. If everyone answers the questions at the level of a whisper, no one will have to yell and everyone will be heard. Huh? Is it on? Okay, well done. We're warming up. Okay, that was wonderful. So just a reminder, if everyone answers the questions at the level of a whisper, no one will have to yell and everyone will be heard. Okay, so I'm going to transition you into the next part of the dinner. So your table lead is going to guide you through a curated set of women over dinner questions. These questions are designed to be thought-provoking and intimate. We will go around the table. So there's one question per round, and you can answer as many questions as you can in the next 30 minutes. So a reminder just to say thank you after someone share, and then you're going to move your attention to the next woman. And then as a reminder, and you will hear me say this a lot, if everyone answers the question at a level of a whisper, no one will have to yell and everyone will be heard. So table leads, you know who you are, and you can begin the round of questions now.
Good evening to all of the people streaming in. We're so happy you could join us. You're tuning in to Women Over Dinner Harlem. Right now, all of the women, and you might be able to see them in the room, are seated at their table and they're going through a series of questions. And you can see on the screen here the questions that they're asking each other as they go in rounds. If you would like to do the questions yourselves or post a comment on your comment
Just a
section of whatever.
reminder, if everyone speaks at the level of a whisper, no one will have to yell and everyone will be heard. If you speak at a level of a whisper, no one will have to yell and everyone will be heard.
You can put your comments and feedback or even answers to the questions if you like in the whatever comment section of whatever platform you're streaming in from. We're so happy you could join us. To everyone streaming in from wherever you're streaming, welcome to Women Over Dinner. We have over 70 women in the room in Harlem at the in-person dinner. They're currently seated at their table and doing their round of beautiful questions that you can see on the screen. If you'd like to do the questions yourself or would like to share something, share a feeling or a comment, please do so in the comment section of whatever platform you're streaming in from. We are so happy you could join us. Welcome. Welcome to everybody tuning in online. You are joining a Women Over Dinner. We currently have a dinner in person in Harlem, New York. There's over 70 women in the room. We are absolutely thrilled. Right now, we're in the question section of the evening. All of the women are answering the questions in the room that you can see online because we wanted you guys to be able to join us too. If you'd like to answer one of the questions, share a comment, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you've been at a Women Over Dinner before, we would love to hear from you. You can see the questions here on the screen. We're so happy you joined us. Welcome to all our lovely streamers online. You are joining and tuning in to Women Over Dinner. It's happening right now in New York, in Harlem. There are over 70 amazing women in the room. It's hopping over there. We are in the question section of the dinner right now. So all of the ladies in the room are going around and asking the questions that you can see on the screen. So we would love to hear from you. Maybe you'd like to answer one or all of the questions, or send us a comment, or pop on something that you'd like to share with us. We'd love to hear from you. Good evening and welcome to all our online streamers. We're so happy you could join us. You have tuned in to Women Over Dinner. It's happening right now in Harlem, New York. There are over 70 incredible women in the room, and we are in the question section of the evening. So you can see the questions on the screen right now. Um, we would love to hear from you. Maybe you'd like to answer one or a few of the questions, or maybe you just like to pop us a comment, share something you'd like to share. We would love to hear from you, and we're so happy you could tune in. Good evening to everyone streaming to us online. You are joining Women Over Dinner. We're currently hosting a dinner live in Harlem, in New York. There's over 70 women in the room, and they're walking through these amazing questions that you can see on the screen. If you would like to answer the questions or join in, please do. These are amazing questions. I know number 4 in particular, I have plenty of unreasonable desires that I think are foolish. So, and I don't think I'm the only one. So if you'd like to share something with us, answer some of the questions, or just leave us a comment, we would love to hear from you. Welcome to everyone tuning in online. We're currently hosting Women Over Dinner in Harlem and New York in person, and you guys are getting to stream in with us. The room is currently doing a set of questions that you can see on the screen. We have about 5 to 10 minutes left of questions, and then we'll move into the final part of the dinner. If you'd like to answer the questions yourself, leave a comment for us, say hi. We'd love to hear from you.
Okay, this is your 5-minute warning. So you can finish the round that you're on. If you're still going on a question, make sure everyone at your table has gotten a chance to speak. If you are talking, you can start to wrap it up. I will be back in 5 minutes to transition you. And just a reminder, if everyone speaks at a level of a whisper, no one will have to shout and everyone will be heard.
Good evening to everyone streaming in online. You're tuning in to Women Over Dinner. We have a beautiful dinner happening in Harlem right now. There's about 70 women in the room. They're all answering these beautiful questions. We have about 5 minutes left before we transition into the next part of the evening. If you'd like to leave a comment or maybe answer one of the questions, we would love to hear from you. I'll read the poem that we start all our dinners with. Virginia Woolf said, "In a room of one's own, one cannot think well, love well, sleep well, if one has not dined well." We're so happy you could join us.
All right. That is all the time we have to answer questions. Oh my God. Can we bring the screen down? I will just say, I don't know how it was at anyone else's table. I know at our table, maybe we take the questions down. I know at our table, the answers were really deep. And so it feels like we probably could have spent many more hours together. So I will just say, again, inspired by Topeka, we will have another Women Over Dinner here in the space on March 20th. So you can come back with the same people if you want. You can have the same table. So I just want to mark that because it definitely felt for us we could have kept talking and kept going. Okay, so we are going to close by giving a reflection to the person to our right this time. So we started, you went to the left, now you're going to go to the right. So again, the table leads, you know who you are, you will start. A reflection is like a mirror. You give a reflection by choosing a specific moment from the dinner that you remember of the woman to your right. You describe the moment, then reflect on how it made you feel. So here's an example. I'm going to give it to Lindsay. Lindsay was my table lead. There was a moment when I first turned around and saw you, and you jumped up with so much love, it almost knocked me over. And I was like, oh, there's my friend who's always there. And it can be months. We don't talk, we don't see each other, but it's just like we lock right back in. And I don't know if you and Topeka have ever met, but I was really excited that we all got to be at the same table tonight. See, and then Lindsay will just say thank you. Okay, so does that make sense? Okay, there is one more piece. So you will notice in front of you, hopefully it probably moved during dinner, but in front of you should have a red thread. As you give the reflection, you are going to tie the red thread to her left wrist. And that's a reminder of the connection. And we talked about this in the beginning where, you know, there's this network, we call it the mycelium network of woman, feminine connection that runs through all of us. And so the thread is a reminder of that connection. So go ahead and begin, and then I will transition you guys shortly. And then What's the reminder? If everyone speaks at a whisper, everyone will be heard and no one will have to shout. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Okay, start wrapping up your reflections. Start wrapping up your reflections. Okay, go ahead and finish up. Shh. Go ahead and finish up your reflections. Are there any tables that are still doing reflections? Okay. Okay. We have a little ending treat for you. Okay. Can I have everyone's attention, please? There will be time for you guys to talk and converse more after. Okay, so we have a little treat for you guys. We have some very close sisters in Louisville, Kentucky. They are a very dynamic duo. There they are. Hi, can they see me? Bex and Katie, known as Griffeytown. And just so you guys know, when I really started exploring what it meant to be a powerful woman, Bex was one of those women for me. So she's like my big sister. Katie is my sister-in-law. They are very, very gifted musicians, and they wrote a song called Unleash. So you can see they are wearing shirts that say Unleash, which Sophia is going to make sure that we have enough that people could purchase. We don't currently, but if you want one, you can talk to Sophia. I don't know where she is currently, but she'll take orders after. So they wrote a song called Unleash. And when Topeka and I were talking about the theme of this dinner, one of the things we were talking about is what it really means for a women to unleash, which is part of what happens in these evenings, right? Like you talk about something you don't expect to talk about, you cry unexpectedly, right? Like a stranger notices a hidden, beautiful part. And so I thought before we end the evening that these two beautiful women could sing their song for you, Unleashed. So whenever you guys are ready. Bex, I don't know if you know, you guys are frozen. Are you guys there? Do they know they're frozen? Oh no, did we lose them? Okay, hold on. All right, Bex, maybe try turning your camera off. Let's see if it works. And then can everyone else on Zoom for this part turn your cameras off? We're going to see if it helps.
Did that help?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, ready when you are.
All right, beautiful Rachel. My goodness, we met a long time ago, didn't we? Glad we are still on the ride together.
That's right.
I'm Bex.
I'm Katie, and
we're Griffeytown. Dakini, Magdalene, Grandmother, Aerostream, full moon, ocean, in your eyes I have seen. Flicker, whisper, glance, attune, heartbeat, dance feet, heat in June. Breaking habit, breaking silence. Truth is more than defiance. Gnosis, hostess, past belief. She is the underneath. Oh, shame, blame laid to rest. Root reaches the chest. Angel lies down with the beast. I see you, sister, unleash. I see you, sister, unleash. She is what's always been. She is pleasure within. Nothing's wasted in her arms. Not playing's the only harm. Low moan, I hear her. I see her face in the mirror. She washes till we are dirty, gives till we cry mercy. Oh, shame, blame laid to rest. Root reaches the chest. Angel lies down with the beast. I see you, sister, unleash. I see you, sister, unleash. No, I walk through the valley of the shadows of life. I will fear no illusion, for thou art with me as me. Thy tears and thy laugh, they comfort me. Anointed with oil, my cup overflows. Oh, shame, blame laid to rest. Root reaches the chest. Angel lies down with the beast. I see you, sister, unleashed. I see you, sister, unleashed. I see you, sister, unleashed. Dakini, Magdalene, grandmother, Arrow Street.
Thank you, guys. I love you.
Unleash, woo! Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Love you. All right.
Mm.
So I am going to switch up how we do this last part of the evening. So we are going to give some reflections. We are going to start with our chefs from the evening. So Sophia, sorry, you guys, I'm just going to ask for this last part for everyone's attention. Michael, come here. Okay, so this is Michael Lesser. Michael Lesser is a longtime friend of mine, but Michael is also the head chef at Free Food. I don't know if anyone is familiar with Free Food. We are, what's the name of the church where we do it?
Oh, Emmanuel AME Church on 119th Street.
So we partner with a nonprofit called Refratorio, and the whole idea is to bring dignity to homeless and food challenged individuals. And twice a week, we do a Michelin star 3-course sit-down meal. Mike sometimes single-handedly cooks for 500 people a week. So
That's an exaggeration.
no, it's not.
It hasn't happened in a long time.
No, it's not. Okay, Mike is also very modest, and so you typically don't see him because he is in the kitchen. It's also Wednesday night. We're doing free food tonight at Refratorio. But I asked Mike to be here, and part of the reason was so that this dinner was really infused with the feeling of free food, which if you're interested and you want to hear more or you want to volunteer, you can talk to Sophia, who's there. But I just want you guys to know part of the love and fullness and nourishment that you feel in this room is because of the food. And it's a behind the scenes job. So I am doing something that makes Michael very uncomfortable, which is I would love to get 3 reflections from the room about the food. And you can raise your hand and me, will give you a microphone. I will give you my microphone.
So, hello, Chef Michael. So I would like to say I had the vegan meal, which was delicious. So I love the rice with the mushrooms and the, I want to say portobello mushroom caps. It was absolutely delicious, and I felt so seen because it was delicious and it wasn't just salad.
And then Mike is going to practice what we've been practicing all evening when you get a reflection, which is he's going to say,
Thank you.
okay, let's get another one. Yes, back here, here. She got it, she got it. Okay.
Hello. I knew it was going to be good when I saw the salad and the pomegranates on it. I love pomegranates. And then it was nice. It had a little spice to it. Yum. Thighs, perfect. Everything was delicious. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And let's do one more. One more for the food.
Hi, Chef Michael. I really liked your food because I'm a huge foodie. So I knew it was going to be good because sometimes simple is best. I don't like it, like too much stuff on it. And like presentation may mean something to someone, but to me, it's all about what comes from the heart. And I know you put your heart into it. So
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. So again, if you ever want to volunteer, or you want to know more about free food, you can talk to Sophia, and then I will excuse Michael. He can go back to what he loves doing, which is being in the kitchen. Thanks, Mike. Okay, and then before we close for the evening, I thought we could get 5 reflections on something that touched you this evening. And maybe it was a noticing that was unexpected. Maybe it was sitting next to somebody unexpected, or being here, someone said, hey, do you want to just come to this dinner with me? They didn't necessarily tell you what it was, but it's a good way for us to digest and actually share the experience. We will take 5 reflections from the room. We'll start with you.
Hey everyone, my name is Sade Alcine. So one reflection I have is when I came here, I didn't know any of these women. I came here off the whim of finding you guys on Instagram, so your ads are definitely working. And I sat down and quickly became fans of everyone. But to kind of tie it all together is I sat next to this lady, and I did not know who she was when I sat next to her. And after conversation, I realized she's the author of one of my favorite books that I actually read this year. So I started to sweat. So it was one of those moments that I can't deny. It was just like, whoa, like the power of showing up and being present is going to do it every single time.
Thank you. Oh, we want to know what book.
Hood Wellness. And I will say, and I'm just going to add, I work in a white space led by males. And I remember being on a bus with a bunch of men, and they're like, what are you reading? Because they're all drinking beers. And I'm like, I'm reading. And I was like, oh, I'm reading Hood Wellness. And my manager turns and is like, oh, okay, should I get it? And I was like, absolutely. You want to get to know me, right? So yes, Hood Wellness.
Wow. Okay. Sophia, I'm getting wild, Sophia.
Hi, my name is Rochelle Williams. And again, I found you guys on Instagram. And as soon as I saw it, I sent it to my best friend. I said, we need to be here. And so she was like, yes, we're here. But when I saw Topeka's name on there, I was like, oh my God. I was like fangirling because I've heard her on the Karen Hunter show on the Urban View. And she speaks of you a lot. And so I was like, when Sophia came and moved us from there, I was like, what did we do? And then I'm like, and then I got to sit in front of her and I was like, oh my God, like this is really happening. So as to your point as well, sitting next to the author, it's almost like, again, as women, as we talked about, why I love women, about that need to connect and looking for ways to connect. And I'm pretty sure you had something to do with that, with that. So I appreciate you and I thank you. And thank you.
Thank you.
So my name is Gail, so I'm going to do the fangirling on Topeka too. Okay. So
hold on. Do not cover your face.
So, oh God, there's so many blessings tonight. So first of all, I'm so grateful to be here. And I remember being on Instagram with you, and I was just giving up some thoughts or whatever, right? And I was like, okay, I think I gave too much. And it was another thing that I just really appreciate you tonight about when you talked about being in rooms that people, oh God, I'm gonna cry here, go, go, go. That being in rooms where you are accepted. But it also was good for me because I have to be in rooms sometimes where I'm not accepted and still have to move and navigate. And you made it a little easier in what you shared. So thank you. And thank you for being the beautiful woman that you are, that we can all be the fire inside of us. And I have to admit, I was sitting here saying, well, you know, I've got the same fire she does. Am I going to be too much if I'm being that fire too? And you elevated every woman here to be who they were. And young lady, I want to say to you, if I had a daughter, I would want her to be you. Because what you've learned, which I'm not going to share your private business, but what you learn, it takes some women years to learn. And the fact that you did it with such eloquence and grace and allowed yourself to still have that grace. Yes, you are a beautiful woman. Don't you ever change who you are.
Thank you.
So that's my thing of being here.
Thank you. Okay, we'll do two more. I think, yeah, oh, okay. Maybe we'll do like four more. It'll be great.
Fun fact, I don't like attention, so this is gonna be a little bit awkward. And I'm wearing red. Ugh, okay. So I'm just gonna try to make this short. The biggest thing I took away from this is community. Last year, well, background about me, I'm a bit of a loner. And I'm great with people. So when people hear that, they're like, how? You know, because I'm always in spaces and I'm always talking to a lot of people and I'm just great at being social, but I value alone time a lot. I value isolation a lot. That's how I refuel. But last year I learned through a lot of trauma that community is amazing. And that's what kept me in my darkest times. And this space was a reminder to just, as much as I isolate, keep going into spaces that have community. So I want to thank the creators of this space and those who keep this going, because the world needs this. Everyone in this room needs it. We all need it. You need it. Like when you show up and you do what you do and you see this, you need that. You go home, you feel full. You feel complete. You feel accomplished. So I thank all of you, those who created this space, those who showed up, those who shared, and those who was vulnerable and transparent, because that's the hardest for me. I hate being vulnerable. I hate it. Just standing up talking, great at it. But I'm doing it in a space where I have to be vulnerable. It's greater when I don't, because I'm a teacher. You know, I do this all the time, but I'm not being vulnerable. I'm just doing my job. So thank you so much to all of you. And that's my biggest takeaway.
Thank you. I think, did you have your hand up? Okay. And then I think, were there a couple of people okay, I see someone in the, I see you.
Okay.
I see you, girl.
Oh, I'm kind of shy. Sorry. First of all, thank you so much. Coming here tonight, sitting at this table, meeting such amazing people. Like every woman has an amazing story. And to come into this space, to see community come together, we can talk, we can just be ourselves and just have conversation and learn about others, learning how to be able to come into a space where you don't know nobody, but to be able to walk away feeling like you learned a lot from somebody you never met a day in your life. That's community. Thank you so much for your work. It's about being able to come into these rooms and you can walk away being so powerful from just learning off of others who are on the same journey as you are, showing up, trying to figure out life, being a woman, trying to fit in boxes that sometimes you see a small box, you're like, how I'm going to fit in it? We do it anyway. But this is a space that gives you the opportunity just to learn how to fit in, even when you don't know how to belong, as being a woman first. Then you're a mother, then you're a daughter, then anything else that comes with just womanhood. But when you come here, you can learn a lot about just being fantastic and on a journey of learning yourself. So that's what I learned tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, my name is Shirley. Oh, sorry.
I'm glad you shared. Thank you. And then I think there's someone in the back. And
Peace and blessings, queens. Genevieve Neimani here. How y'all doing? All right. Because that's not the energy I came in here with. My ladies would tell you, okay? So I'm a life coach, speaker, and author, and I always have to be on. So I came today with some little reservations because every time I go to these women empowerment events, it seems like competition over collaboration, which I'm opposite. I'm all for collaboration, no competing over here because we can all win, right? So I'm like praying to God, like, God, please send me some sisters that get it. Please send me some sisters that got my energy, that Pisces energy, or that positive. Hey, let's go. My second. Hey. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. So
this is the Pisces corner over here.
Sorry. So yes, I'm sorry, I got y'all riled up. So when I came in, y'all, let me just tell you the power of shadow work and the power of working on yourself. All right. When I came in, I already had reservations because I'm like, okay, another women's event. They're probably gonna judge me. They're probably gonna judge off of how I look. They're gonna be cliquey. When I came in, it was total opposite. And then I found myself acting like the women that I meet, which I had to check myself for a minute. So my sisters right here, they noticed and they're asking me my name and I'm like, Genevieve. And she's like, okay, well, that's a pretty name. I'm like, thank you. But she stopped talking to me. Damn. So I'm like, wait a second, girl, check yourself, check your vibration. You're a life coach, you're a speaker, you're a mom. You hit rock bottom, you had suicidal thoughts, depression, low self-esteem, and you are still standing. Fix yourself. So I did. So I just want to say thank you to you as well, because I know you felt it when I came in, so I want to apologize. To you, you are such a breath of fresh air. And I'm going to give you a big hug when you put that camera down. Okay? So just healing. I don't know if y'all heard of shadow work, but it helps so much. The traumas, the triggers, the pain, the depression, the divorce, leaving my marriage with $12, 2 kids to feed. Long story short, I started as a trainer, a life coach, speaker, and author, and hitting rock bottom, being evicted 5 times in 6 years, hitting rock bottom 28 times, leaving my marriage with $12 and 2 kids to feed. But if I didn't go through those experiences, I wouldn't be able to pour into women like my sister here who is going through a divorce with her 2 kids and everybody else that I meet. So I just wanted to say it's okay to say, sis, I apologize. I apologize. I see you. I am you. I love you. And it's okay to cry. And it's okay to hug. And it's okay to fix her crown. And I just want to say, I'm just so glad I came because I was about to leave. But thank you so much for letting me feel welcome because y'all been sending me DMs for 2 years already. So I'm here. All right. I'm here. I live in Harlem. So if you guys want to connect, I'm also a 2-time self-published author. So I see my sister in here who's an author as well. Congrats to you. Yes, queen. So my first book is Single, Sexy, and Satisfied. My second is The Art of Rock Bottom and How to Bounce Back. So feel free to come talk to me. I've been through it all. Suicidal thoughts, depression, like I said, low self-esteem. And I was gonna take a bottle of pills one day and my daughter was like, Mommy, what you making for dinner? And her voice saved me and that's why you see me today. So I love you guys. Peace and love. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna do, I just told Sophia I was throwing my script away. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 more. I think you had your hand up and you have your hand up.
All right, I'm gonna take a step back. My name's Trelana. I came here from Yonkers and I also found this event on Instagram, so thank you. I just wanted to say thank you to my table mates and my sisters here. And I hope that everyone got to have the same kind of reflection of energy at their table that I had, because when we had to go and define ourselves, each of us had something that was related to a flame and to an intention and to this energy that we all have inside. And I think it's probably resonating throughout the whole room that we as women have this energy inside. We make that energy and we kind of dim it when we let other people define us and we let other people describe us as, in that one word, what would you say you are when you're unleashed? That they don't get to make that decision. Like, we are who we say we are, whether we're unleashed and not knowing that we're unleashed, or when we are just out walking among our fire. So I want to thank you all for being here and really, like, I love this. I love this. This is amazing to me. So thank you to all of the organizers, people who worked it, people who came. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and then there's this woman right here. And then I think that'll be our last one.
Hello, hi. My name is Claudia. How are we all doing tonight? Amazing. Well, I found out about this event on Eventbrite, and I read the description, and I saw that it was about women, and then, you know, focusing on poverty and other things like that. And I thought that was very powerful, and I got super excited. So I was like, okay, I'm going to come to this event, and here I am. So fantastic. Thank you for having all of us tonight, and I look forward to coming to another event. I'm excited about that. So the thing about me is I was in like a problematic situation where my place got raided and things got taken from me, like important things, very expensive things, like basically everything. And I had to end up moving like quickly to New York from Atlanta, and it kind of broke my heart that happened. And I was going through some, you know, court things involving that to try to solve it, but it was very hard to figure out who the culprit was. So coming here and kind of made me feel good, but the fact that I don't know anyone made it really hard for me. And like, you know, like just like dealing with, you know, needing, you know, money for rent and all that, like made it complicated. So that's why I'm pouring my heart out to you about it. And, you know, if anyone can hook a sister up with a job, like please, like give me a business card or even take down my number, and it would be a blessing for you to help me out. Like I have like this, like a phone, but it seems like I won't be able to pay the bill, which is only $50, which sucks because it was like everything that they took from me. So it kind of broke my heart. But if there's anyone that can help me out, like I'm here. But thank you for everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. These are beautiful. All right, so I'm going to tell you about a couple of things. I'm going to start by telling you about tomorrow night. So we're doing another event in the space called Hot Seats. So this is basically what Hot Seats is. So there were two ways that we started the evening. One was with a noticing and one was with a reflection. Both require that you put your attention on the person sitting next to you. So Hot Seats is a game designed to use the most powerful currency we have, which is attention. And the way the game goes, the reason it's called the hot seat is because the seat that you're sitting on is the seat that everyone has attention on. And then they can ask you any question on any topic at any level of intensity they desire. So long as the questions are interested in the person on the hot seat, not interesting. And I'll go over more about what that is tomorrow. Now, just a little preview. If you're the person on the hot seat, you have three ways you can answer. You can lie, you can tell the truth, or you can refuse to answer. We found telling the truth is what creates vulnerability. Truth is electricity, it's power. And so tomorrow night, we will be here. We will be playing Hot Seats. We will be breaking, so we'll play the game, but we'll also break down how you notice what's happening for the person sitting. Are they open or are they closed? Are they acting shy, but are actually a lion? Are they acting like a lion, but they're actually a kitty? And how do you know all that? How do you work to get the attention off of yourself and onto someone else in such a way that it creates vulnerability and connection? So that is here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Topeka will be there as well. It is her first hot seat, and she will be going on the hot seat. So she will be experiencing the game for the first time, but she will also be going on the hot seat. She's already getting hot. So if you want to RSVP, it is RSVP only. You can see the lovely Sophia, who's going to raise her hand, and you can give her your name and your phone number, and we will give you all of the contact information. But it is here at 7 p.m., and that is tomorrow night. Okay, that's number one. Number two, as we said at the beginning of the night, this is a global movement. So it's happened in 14 countries around the world. And something that happened in was it December that we went to Taconic? December. So we had the first women over dinner inside a prison. And when that happened, there were 100 dinners of women who stood in solidarity for the women on the outside, all over, like literally all over the world. South Africa, India, Nigeria, Ireland, and it was so cool. You woke up and went to bed just watching these women, but women we'd never met before, doing these dinners. And then having the dinner inside the prison itself was a really powerful, powerful experience. And so if you feel called in any way to be a part of the movement, you can see Sophia, and there's a number of ways you can do that. You were given an envelope when you walked in. That envelope gives you everything you need to host your own dinner. Please have your own dinners, and not only have them, but share them. So we put them on our website, put them on social media. I think just out of curiosity, how many of you came from Instagram? Okay, we love the Instagram. And so share it, tag us, we put it on our website. Also, if you feel compelled to donate in any way, that could be with your time, with your money, with in-kind donations, you can also see Sophia. And as I said, we're doing our next Women Over Dinner here on March 20th. So if you want to volunteer, come volunteer. If you want to lead a table, if you want to try your hat at leading a table, lead a table. We would love to have you. And then the third is you are sitting inside an art gallery. Every aspect of this center has been curated, from the color that the walls and the ceilings are painted, the way that the furniture is placed, the plants, the tables, everything has been curated. And the idea for the space is the mycelium network, the mycelium connection, and to bring together women and artists and mystics and teachers from all walks of life, and to have it in a cool, curated, intimate space. And so I heard there's some authors in the house. I was thinking maybe we could do so Courtney Lipovsky runs our publishing house, Soulmaker Press. So Courtney, maybe we do like an author's night, book readings. We do women's groups in here. So if you are interested in that, you're going to see the lovely Amanda. Raise your hand. Amanda, come here. Here she is, the lovely Amanda. And then just an aside, everything is for sale in this room. So Leah and Caroline, who's not here because she's at Free Food, own and operate a company called Organic Erotic that is designed to have your space be a sanctuary. And so the feeling that you had tonight, you can have in your space. And so we created the gallery also that you could have a living, breathing experience, and everything's literally for sale, even the plants. And so if you're curious, if you want to know more, you can talk to Leah. Okay. That is all. You guys are amazing. You have blown my heart open wider than I thought was possible. And I am looking forward to seeing some of you tomorrow and again on March 20th. If you want to leave a testimonial, you can see Leah, and then you can stay and mingle for about 20 minutes. Good night.
In a dangerous mood, can you match my time? telling me that you really about it, watch out.